Hey bookworms, welcome back to my channel and to another review, and in this video I'll discuss the thriller Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. But before I get started, I want to tell you that I upload book-related videos every other Friday, so if book reviews or talking about classics on an eye level is something that you might be interested in, consider subscribing to my channel. But if that's too much commitment for you, just give this video a like. Now, let's talk about this book. Lock Every Door is a modern-day thriller which takes place in the Big Apple, New York. Our protagonist is Jules, a young woman who did not have the best start in life and basically is alone in the world and in a dire need of income when she finds the perfect job. She's hired basically to be an apartment sitter in a huge, uber fancy rich building right near Central Park. She will be paid a lot to live in this 5-star hotel-like place, and all she has to do is regular maintenance like cleaning, spending every night in the apartment, and not to talk to any other resident because they are rich enough to demand privacy. Jules obviously takes the job and even befriends another apartment sitter until the latter disappears without a trace. This is when Jules starts suspecting that something nefarious might be happening, and maybe a job that sounds too good to be true might be just that. So when I started reading, I tried to keep an open mind. I honestly did not know what to expect. This could have been a very generic thriller. It could have ended up being supernatural, or maybe there's just your garden variety serial killer who is hiding in the apartment building. Anything could happen. But one thing I did not expect was the fact that this fun, fast-paced book could be as good as it was. Guys, I know this year only started, at least when I'm recording, it just had. But this could be one of the best books I would read in 2024. And you probably want to know why, so let's get into this. But can I just ask you guys a question for the betterment of my channel? I usually start with a general review and then go into details. Do you guys even watch this part? Or when I say, this book was great, or it was a waste of time, this is all you're interested in and you just sign off? I'm always trying to improve my videos, so knowing any feedback like that could help me. Now back to the book. First thing first, as a thriller, it was very well structured. In my last video, I talked about a very badly structured thriller, so this is a great example for the opposite. We have a great setting. Little by little, we get more information, but things are set very cleverly, including the deceptions. And at the end, when we wrap everything up, and we do have an answer to almost everything, nothing feels strange or far-fetched. Then we have Jules, the main character. She is not some idiot who makes all the wrong choices. You know, the ones that you want to die. She is a very relatable protagonist whose pain is felt throughout this book because her troubled past affects her every day in every facet of her life. It's her story of trying to regain control of her own life after so many things happen to her. Things out of her control that pretty much ruin her. She doesn't dream of being rich or famous or doing something really big like starting her own company. No, she just wants to be able to take care of herself, to have a stable job, a place to live, a life of her own, which relates to the entire theme of the book, the huge difference between how different classes would define a good life. Both Jules and her sister dreamt as girls about the perfect Hollywood life, a dream that any chance of it was stolen from both of them pretty early on. This dream is manifested in this novel as a favorite book of theirs, a book about this rags to riches story that takes place in the same building Jules is apartment sitting. They used to read the story over and over again, dreaming that all of this can happen to them, even though they knew it won't. Partially because it's a book and not the real world, but also partially because when you're poor, you barely dare dreaming about such things. We see Jules, who counts the dollars and cents she has in her account every day, calculating how much money she can afford for food, and deciding that she can splurge on still having a cell phone because that's how a potential employer can contact her. And all the while, there is a woman in that building who has matching outfits with her dog, and every day something else, and it's always fancy, like turbans and coats, and probably cost more than what Jules can make in a year. This strong contrast between the rich and the poor in this building living together, kind of, different classes but still in the same place, and eventually how much they are worth as human beings is a very strong element in the book and relates to the solution to the mystery, which obviously I won't reveal. But I just love a horror novel with a message, with a theme that says something about our society. It really reminded me of No One Gets Out Alive, which was more visceral, more horror. This one is a spooky thriller, just to be clear on the genre. But as I was reading Lock Every Door, it really reminded me of No One Gets Out Alive, and they can be somewhat of companion pieces to each other, despite being written by different people and technically and eventually being of different genres. So I'm racking my head in order to think of some negatives to tell you, and I suppose my one complaint about this book are some of the names. Did Sager go to the J.R.R. Tolkien school of naming characters? I mean, we have Jules, Jeannie, Jane, Jeanette. Give us some more creativity in naming, come on. Also, we have this research in a library scene here, and even though it takes place today and Jules is using her phone usually to do research, I thought it was a little funny. It's as if the author was like, well, I need to get Jules out of the apartment. Where should she go? Oh, I know! No mystery book is complete without a scene where the protagonist searches for information in a library. Also, it's New York. I heard they have an amazing library. I don't know, I just thought the entire scene was funny. But let's conclude. This was such a good, fun read. It's interesting, was a fast read, was fascinating, thrilling. My heart was racing at some points. It has a great setup and payoff, even though some of the villains' plans were a bit far-fetched. I could imagine someone thinking that way. I don't want to give any spoilers. But as a thriller with a deeper idea about social hierarchy, this was a 10 out of 10. Such a great read. I can't wait to read more from the same author. So guys, that was my review on Lock Every Door. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to my channel for more bookish video, and write me a comment. Write down what is your favorite thriller, or if you read anything else by Riley Sager, what can you recommend? Guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.